What's up guys, it's me Pokeball here, and I decided to make a video discussing what My Hero Academia students from Class 1A would look like as Pokemon. Well, I made their typings, a Pokedex entry, and I'm going to make more videos like this if you guys ask for it, and just anyways, because I actually enjoyed doing this. So, enjoy the video. Yaoyorozu sounded like it would be a nice Pokemon because as it can create pretty much anything that's not living. And so the possibilities with that are endless. So I decided to make it like some kind of fairy type Pokemon. I didn't want to make it like a Hatterene or a Gardevoir because for reasons. And I decided to just make it a simple fairy type. This was the easiest out of all of them because I knew where I was gonna end up when I drew this. But with all the other ones, I didn't really exactly know where I would end up. But for the other drawings, it was a lot harder. Unlike the other drawings, I knew where I was gonna go with this. This was just gonna be some simple design. It was gonna be the most simple out of all of them, and I didn't know what to do with Momo's hair, so I just decided to make it like a dorsal fin or something. And sometimes when this thing starts slowing down, or just stops completely, the program I was using was lagging a lot, so I got stuck with it. I got stuck lagging when I was trying to do the bucket fill, or I got stuck doing the perceptive line. When that's pretty much a feature that helps me make straighter lines. And I have to say the hardest part of this drawing was this thing right here. Momo has that thing around her waist, and I decided to put that on this Pokemon because without it, this Pokemon would have just been like looking like a blam thing. And I did my best to give this Pokemon not look as simple as I made it look. Like, I know it's supposed to look simple, but it's not supposed to be as simple as I'm trying to make it look. Like, but the thing about Momo's costume is there's not a lot on it, so it's gonna look. If you guys are complaining that it looks too simple, that's because it's supposed to be simple. Blame the writers of whoever created Momo. Oh, no disrespect to Horikoshi, but I'm actually looking forward to season 5 of My Hero Academia. So I decided to stick with this Pokemon's, but with Momo's name Creati, because it could very easily just be a Pokemon name, and the other names, the other people on this list, the other people on this video, well, their names don't really match up with a Pokemon name, so I made their names, but with a twist to it. That's all I really much have to say for this. Also, I made Pokedex entries for these guys, so I edited Pokemon Sword and Shield Pokemon Sword and Shield thing, and added my Pokemon. But for this one, I'm just gonna read it because I was stupid at the time and didn't add. Added the text the text feature. And that's pretty much it. I would also accidentally fill in the thing from time to time because I was stupid, because I stupidly forgot that the layers wouldn't include the whole Pokemon. It would just include what I drew. So yeah, I tried to add a little more shading to this thing, but but it made me realize there wasn't really much more I could do other than add a bit more shading in areas that are supposed to be shaded. Creaty uses the lipids in its body to create weapons for itself and other Pokemon. It's commonly found in manufacturing companies. For Red Riot, I decided to make him some kind of rock monster, but it ended up looking like a snapping turtle. Well, I tried to make it look like Golem or Gigalith, but not too much like Golem or Gigalith, so it would actually be my design and not Game Freak's design. Speaking of the Pokemon design, I didn't use it for these Pokemon because the Pokemon design is very advanced and I'm not at that level yet. I tried to make the teeth look like does when Red Riot's in his unbreakable form at one point, but I decided to scrap that because he's not always like that, and I decided to make it like he has shark teeth. Even though he's not really a shark, I don't know why he has sharp teeth. They just decided to put that in. And the shell was actually supposed to be a cloak, and oh gosh, I hated the gears. I hated making those gears. They were the trickiest part of this design. I didn't know how to I didn't know how to make them go with the design, and they don't look like Red Riot's gears at all. I don't even know why he has those gears on his suit. I know it makes it sound like I'm making excuses. It sounds like I'm making excuses, and I probably kind of am. Yeah, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah, yeah, and the neck guard thing that was pretty easy. When notifications pop up, I'm actually making this on my iPad, oh, so yeah, that's why notifications just pop up like that. Yeah, that's most of what I had to say about this design. And with most of these designs, I was kind of worried about where I was I was kind of worried about where I was heading and would it look good once I was done with it. That's a problem with most art. Art like when you're making it seems like it's not gonna look good, and that's why people give up on art. Give up on art because they never finish it, and it just ends up looking and they think it'll just end up looking horrible because that's the design plan phase. And that's just the design. And that's just the design phase. The design phase only can look as horrible as you want. It can look as horrible as it wants, uh, but the final edit edit the design thing gives you a guide so you can pretty much make a cleaner version of it. That's how you notice I make my art. It looks really messy. It looks horrible. It looks horrible in the blue design stage. Well but when I fix it up, it just turns back. It just turns back. It just turns into something I did not expect. And that's what I meant earlier by these designs just turned out to be something I uh, didn't expect. Because I meant to make Kirishima a rock monster, and I ended up turning him into like a turtle thing, and that would actually I it sucks that I didn't, and I want to admit that and I want to say that I made it that I thought of this idea, but I didn't. It just turned into this. Yes, and and yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this design. Right. If this were a shiny, I'd turn it into Tetsu's colors. I probably could have made a bonus where I turned them into shinies. For the next video, if you guys want me to make them shinies as like a bonus for the next video, I can do that. That oh. I don't know how my favorite artist video my favorite art videos like Popcross Studios do this because it's hard to talk for 3 minutes straight about their design and what they're making. Because I keep running out of things to say. They probably just plan what they're gonna say when they're drawing this. I try to plan what I'm going to say, but then it just makes it sound like I'm complaining what what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. And yeah, for the coloring part of this stage, I decided to make I decided to make the turtle orange because I didn't know what to make his skin. At first I wanted to make it dark blue but or black pretty much. I make it dark blue because when I use because when I make the color when I make the when I make things black, it just look when I make things black, when I try to change the color, it just turns the whole line black. Like, eventually I'm gonna get a better design. I'm gonna get a better design, a better art program to make these videos on. But for right now, I'm just gonna be making art on these, on this channel. I'm using Autodesk, by the way. Hey, this isn't a sponsored video. Oh, and I forgot to, and I accidentally lowered the opacity of this of the shading of the pen I'm using for this and that's why it doesn't look like I'm shading it. It looks like some weird things going on. And I finally figured out what I was doing wrong, and then just fixed it. I even tried to make one arm look like Hiroshima's hardening it, like when in the anime wherever he tries to use his superpowers to harden it, like quirk people. I don't know why they're calling it quirks, because I guess they're calling it quirks because it's something special only they can do. Then I added this thing because it actually because it looks cool because it's on Red Riot's Unbreakable form, and I decided to add a ruby spike right here because it looks cool. And here is Riot Turtle. Bakugo. I had no idea where to go. Actually, I did have an idea where to go with this guy. I was either going to make him a Wolverine or I was going to make him a dragon. And in the end, I accidentally made him a little bit of both. Seriously, it was an accident. I didn't actually mean to make him look like this. I was trying to make him a dragon or a Wolverine. A dragon that can that can create explosions from its mouth and its claws. Or a Wolverine that could pretty much just do the same thing. I didn't expect Bakugo to look like this. Not at all. And then this just happened. The most tricky part of this design was the explosion. The explosion doesn't really look that great. When it's done, but it's not horrible. Oh, and yeah. This design was very, very tricky. I never wanted. Unless you guys request I do something like this again, I'm not going to do this again because this Bakugo is just, I didn't know what to do with Bakugo as a Pokemon. And I decided to make this video because when you Google My Hero Academia students as Pokemon, you don't see anything. And there was this guy who made a video about what they would look like as Pokemon, but it was only just real already existing Pokemon but reskinned as My Hero Academia Pokemon. And I'll show a picture of that like right now. Oh, yeah. So Bakugo, Bakugo, yeah. Uh, yeah, I was when I was drawing him, I was thinking I should use an aggressive dragon Pokemon because that's that's what Bakugo is. He's aggressive and super rude and pretty much a jerk. And a lot of Pokedex entries about dragons talk about how they destroy buildings for no reason, and or when they're really mad they just destroy this or destroy that. That that and the, yeah that and yeah. I didn't I didn't I decided to make this Pokemon on black and green for the most part, and then make a little bit of orange because that's Bakugo's color scheme. I didn't add any new colors. I didn't add any claws because I feel like it would be stupid to give a dragon that shoots explosions from its gauntlets hands because those hands wouldn't last very long. And I wouldn't want to make another tragic Pokedex entry where it talks about how this Pokemon suffers a lot because it loses its hands or breaks its hands or something every time it uses an explosion. So, yeah, yeah. So, this is Bakugo as a Pokemon. When drawing Deku, I knew he was gonna be some kind of rabbit Pokemon. He'd be the most humanoid out of all of these Pokemon because fighting types are normally humanoid. I decided to make a fighting type because that's pretty much his thing. He has super strength. He has super speed. He can do a bunch of other stuff, but his costume makes it well. His mask at least makes him look like a rabbit. I know there's already a rabbit hero, Mirko. Oh, who's gonna be in season 5 of My Hero Academia. She was actually in last season for like one episode, and she was in the season 4 end credits, well, the Pro Hero arc, end credit scene for the Pro Hero arc, and yeah, yeah. I I was really worried about how this Pokemon would turn out because at the start it doesn't look too great. But that was like, but I stopped worrying when I realized that's how I roll. I make a messy design, it looks horrible, and then when I'm done, it's gonna be something I could say, not bad. Bad. Um, I accidentally got a season 2 design instead of a season 4 design, and this is probably gonna be very outdated by the time My Hero Academia is done, and uh, because he's probably gonna get a whole bunch of costume changes. I didn't include the one from I didn't include the last one from season 5 where he has the gloves that can direct wind pressure and create like air bullets because uh, because I didn't know how to bring that into the Pokemon's biology. Me, I Pokemon. People forget that Pokemon are pretty much animals with powers pretty much and they're still animals that have biology, they have history, they have everything that a normal animal would have if it could shoot fire or throw mountains around. Oh, no. So the hardest part with this design, I have to say, would be the Deku with Deku's Deku's metal mask, with the under metal mask that he wears all the time, and I didn't know how to I didn't exactly know how to shade it. When I tried shading it in this video, it made it look it pretty much just made it look like there was something, it got dented really hard. And the dots on his on the shoulder pieces. I thought when I first looked at the reference drawing, I thought they were just dots, and then I went back and looked, and they were nailed, and they were actually just bigger dots. I don't worry. I eventually go back in the video. I eventually go back and look at that. That that I think yeah. Deku was actually the one I was most excited for in this video, because I was wondering what the heck I was gonna do with this guy. Because I go into unlike most people, I just go into these drawings blind. I just draw what comes to my head in the moment. And then I start designing, then I start drawing, and then I end up with something with these guys. I know my art style doesn't look all that advanced, and that's probably because I don't make excellent shading like Pop Cross Studio. This is probably the second time I brought him up in the video. Oh, and yeah. Then I decided to do Deku's eyes and his, and at this point in the video, I pretty much said if it's gonna that I'm not gonna change. I'm pretty much not gonna change the color, so it can just be the thing can just be black. Because as I mentioned earlier, when I make things black, I try to change the color, it changes the complete outline as well. So I can really do anything. Okay. Yeah. And again, I was really shocked on how this turned out. The shading really made it stand out, and this is the part I was talking about where the shading just makes it look like a dent. And I know the video is going too fast for that for you. I think the video just went too fast for you to see that, but it was definitely happened. This is the second time I brought something up again, but these designs take 3 hours at best, and this just turns into a 20-minute video. This is Deku Sagi. So that's the video, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'll be making weekly videos, or at least I'll try to. So I'll see you next time. Oh.